Kane is here with those numbers. Melissa?
Yeah, that's right, Ken, Liz. So, last year we saw the president's inauguration and then the women's marches, and there are scores of first-time candidates running for office. But actual voter turnout in California so far has just been average for a midterm election. And we talked to one expert who says if this trend continues, it is bad news for Democrats.
Election day is around the corner, and Californians have already been voting for 3 weeks.
What we're seeing in the early returns, though, is that the early returns are largely coming from those older, whiter homeowners, more Republicans, and young voters are not returning their ballots at the same rate.
Paul Mitchell is the vice president of Political Data Inc., and for years his firm has tracked absentee ballots. And it is common for older, more conservative voters to send in their ballots early. But this year, Democrats are hoping for a blue wave, and so far it hasn't happened.
To put it plainly, Democrats won't be able to flip these congressional seats if young voters don't turn out.
For Democrats, the path to winning a majority in the House includes flipping 7 congressional seats in Central and Southern California. Mitchell says to do that, Democrats need exceptionally high voter turnout.
They're going to have to see an outsized turnout from young people and people in independents and Democrats who are going to vote Democratic tickets that is nothing like we've seen in a gubernatorial general election in modern history.
So far, that is not happening. Among 18 to 34-year-olds who vote by mail in those districts, an average of 6% have voted. And more ballots have been returned by Republicans than Democrats in 6 of the 7 districts. Mitchell says even with this slow start, Democrats could still win some seats.
That's not to say it can't be done. It's just to say that if and when it does happen, we should be pretty amazed.
Now, right now, California has historically high voter registration, nearly 20 million people. That's thanks to the Motor Voter program and other registration efforts. But as we said, the data so far shows that even as registration has gone up, the turnout has stayed the same. The number of people voting in this midterm election so far is similar to 2014 and far less than 2010.
Do you know anything about the women vote? I mean, there's been such a push on social media, especially in the wake of the Brett Kavanaugh hearings and the Me Too movement, that a lot of women are going to be going to the polls. Have we seen any evidence of that yet?
So far, it looks pretty evenly split between men and women. There has not been a disproportionate or outsized number of women casting those early votes so far in California.
Again, these are mail-in ballots.
Yeah,
so
these are vote
we'll
by
see.
mail, but that's 12 million California voters. So 2/3 of us are voting this way. So these numbers, really do represent a big part of the electorate.
Big chunk.